Hello and welcome to Rock Solid. I'm so glad you could join us. Today we're going to be looking at another one of the stories Jesus told. This series we have been looking at parables from the Bible, and today Emma is going to be looking at the parable of the lost coin with us. The parable of the lost coin can be found in the Bible in the book of Luke, chapter 15, verses 8 to 10. Now over to Emma, who's going to look at the story with us.
How many times have you lost something and spent absolutely ages looking for it? I do not have enough fingers and toes on me to count the amount of times that this has happened to me. Have you ever lost something that was really important to you? What did you do? Did you just go, whoopsie, oh well, I can just get another one? No, I imagine you probably didn't react like that. What you probably did was search until you found what you had lost. In this story that Jesus told, he talks about someone that had lost something very important to them. Now, 10 coins may not seem that much, but these weren't just pennies. These coins were Greek drachmas, and they were worth a day's wage. When the woman counted her coins and found that one was missing, she didn't just shrug her shoulders, put her feet up and turn on Netflix. No. She got up and turned on the lights and swept the floor, got down and searched every single part of her house until she could find that lost coin. When she did find that coin, she called all her friends and neighbours together and they had a big party in celebration. Jesus told this story to show God's love for us. And while God does love us, we sometimes get lost. When that happens, God doesn't give up on us. He searches for us, and he will not stop until we're found. In fact, the Bible tells us that God sent his son Jesus to seek and save the lost. And just as the people of the story rejoiced when they found what was lost, Jesus said that God's angels are happy about every person who turns to God and changes the way that they think or act, and that they celebrate just as much, if not more, than the woman and her friends did when they found the coin. I'm glad God loves us so much that he doesn't give up on us when we get lost, aren't you? Many people today think love is a thing. They think it's an emotion that can come and go. The Bible teaches us that love isn't quite an emotion, but an action. It's easy to say you love someone, but it's quite another to actually show it. Jen shared with us the story of the shepherd, and in that story, the shepherd didn't just say he loved his sheep, he proved it. He left the flock behind and found the one that was lost. And Jesus did the same thing when he came looking for us, and he wants us to do the same thing, to show our love for him and for those around us. Now, we do not need to go carry a sheep on our shoulders or get down on our hands and knees to find a lost coin, toy, or anything else. Love means we need to put the needs of others ahead of our own needs. It means we need to be willing to give even when someone can't give us something. It means we're willing to help even when we're not asked. It means we're willing to give time, energy to whatever is required so that we can show someone that they are loved. Love is the one thing the world needs. We need people to love, no matter who they are, where they come from, or what they believe. Just as Jesus loved everyone that crossed his path, we need to love our neighbours, our classmates, our friends, and our family. When someone needs help, we need to love them. When someone is mean to us, we need to love them. When someone is hurting, we really need to love them. I'm going to pray now, and it's going to be really simple and something that you can do as well whenever you want. And all I'm going to say is thank you, sorry, and please. Dear God, thank you that you are such a great, big, amazing God. Sorry that sometimes we can get lost and that we aren't loving and we aren't kind. Please help me to show more love and be even more kind than I can be. Help me so that I do not get lost. Amen. We're going to listen to an awesome song now, all about how good God is. See you next week.
Thank you, Emma, for sharing the parable of the lost coin with us. Isn't it amazing that God loves us so much, He doesn't give up on us, even when we get lost? This week, Emma set you a secret challenge to do as many random acts of kindness as possible. How did you do? In this week's story, the woman has 10 coins that are very precious to her, and when she found that one was missing, she was upset and looked for it until she found it. This week, I want you to gather 10 things that make you happy and think why they are special to you. When she found her coin, the woman felt joy. In fact, so much joy she had a party. Why did the 10 things bring you joy? This is one of my 10 things that makes me happy. This watch brings me joy because it was a present from my dad. But this also brings me joy. This is one of Emma's records. It brings her joy because she loves music. What makes you happy? When you gather up the happy things, think about how they make you feel. They make you feel joy and happiness, don't they? This is how God feels about us. Well, we've come to the end of this week's Rock Solid, but I can't wait to see you next week. I hope you all have an amazing week and can join us next Sunday where Kim is looking at another parable with us. So that's goodbye from the Rock Solid team.